Hey.
G'day David, James Himes here from the Career Observer.
Well, so far he got out of 27 years in jail because he's got money. Obviously, he had a 500 million won debt. Okay, if I had that much debt, I'd be still in jail for the next 20 years, 25 years. Okay, he spent 3 hours in jail. At the time I was leaving, I was trying to get I was divorced, and I was trying to leave the country, and I got stopped at immigration for non-payment of about 8 million won, so 4 fines of 2,000 won, or 2 million won each. Okay, so I went to the police station, I said, apparently I can't leave the country because I owe you money, and I want to know why and how much. And they said, well, you owe us 8 million won, and if you can't pay for it, then you have to go to jail. And I said, well, I don't have 8 million won right now. I mean, there's quite a bit of money. And he said, well, if you don't have it right now, then you can go to jail right now. And I didn't even get a chance. Like at that moment, I was arrested.
Can we hear a little bit of your story?
Sure. I was married to a Korean. I had a Korean wife, and there was a couple times we'd be out, just out enjoying ourselves, and either it would happen to her or it would happen to me, but we'd encounter some sort of racism because she was with a foreigner. And just me being myself, I would defend myself or defend her. One of the charges, the $4,000 charge, half of the money. One charge was I was drunk in Itaewon, and I passed out in an alleyway, not an alleyway, but in a doorway, was shaken awake, officer, and I thought I was being mugged. So I punched him, and they charged me with assaulting a police officer, and that was a $4,000 fine.
Wow.
And that's actually what I appealed to the court for. I was like, dude, I didn't know he was a cop. I thought I was being mugged. I thought somebody was trying to rob me. I didn't, because as soon as I knew he was a cop, he was, I was on my stomach being handcuffed.
So what about the other 4,000?
The other 4,000 was two separate instances, 2,000 each. One of the cases was also in a bar where I asked a Korean dude to leave me alone, drinking, having a couple beers, and I said, hey man, he came up talking to me and started talking English, looking for free English lessons. And I don't leave me alone. And he's like, what, you got a problem with Koreans? And I'm like, no, I just don't want to get into an argument or a fight or anything. And he just got more aggressive, and eventually I just punched him. And of course the cops were called again, and because I hit him first, I was the one charged. My wife and I were out for the evening because it was her birthday. We were walking home. Another Korean girl, as we were walking by, called her a Yankee whore in Korean. And my wife went off. Crowd of people crowded around. Those two girls are going at it. I'm watching it. This girl's boyfriend goes off on me. I'm standing there. There's a police officer standing right there looking at us. I'm now on the ground. This guy is on top of me, on my stomach, punching me. The policeman is watching this. As soon as I start punching back, okay, because he's on top of me, I'm defending myself, saying, okay, fuck this, the police officer's not doing shit, I'm gonna fucking fight back. As soon as I start doing that, he arrested me for assault. Eventually, I complained about this to the Seoul Metropolitan Police, the head office, and they sent out a investigator to investigate this particular police station. It's the Bupyeong station. They had had many reports of this exact same thing happening with foreigners. Okay, so 2 weeks later, okay, I live in this area. 2 weeks later, I'm in the park with my dog. Like 10 o'clock in the morning. These two guys are pissed drunk in the park. This one guy, he's sitting on the bench, dick out in his hand, fucking peeing on the fucking sidewalk. As we walk by, he kicks my dog. So I fucking went off on him. I fucking, who the fuck are you? I fucking little motherfucker. Kicking my dog. And of course, the cops came. Again, same cops as the last time. The same police officers that I had coming in that were being investigated from the last time that didn't do shit. They took one look at me and they looked at the guy who kicked my dog, and the guy, because I beat the crap out of him, the guy's like, I want this guy charged with assault. And the police officer's looking at me, he's looking at the guy, and he's like, dude, we can't do that. We already know who this guy is, talking about me. If we charge him with assault, we're gonna get in trouble, because you kicked his dog. And that's the only time I've ever had any sort of instance where I wasn't charged with something, because they were already under investigation. And at that point, I had no access to any way of getting a hold of anybody. I had no money. They took away everything. And they took me to an immigration detention center because, of course, since I was leaving the country, I didn't have a visa anymore, right? So with no visa, I immediately went to immigration detention center, and I next 3 months in an immigration detention center with no access to any sort of legal representation or lawyer or something like that. Like they got me a lawyer, but I never talked to that lawyer about my case until like 5 minutes before, 3 months later, 5 minutes before I was supposed to be in court.
Did that solicitor speak English?
No, I had a translator, and he didn't even know about my case. I literally talked to him 5 minutes before I showed up into court, 3 months later. It was it was a legal aid lawyer. Like, I didn't pay for the lawyer or anything, but like, I didn't have any chance to like talk to him and try to explain my case or try to get a lower sentence or anything like that.
Well, you can't prepare a defense without time, can you?
No, I had a better defense without the dude than I did with him. Like, if I was able to represent myself in court, I would have had a better defense than this guy. You know, like, it is just fucking pointless. So instead of getting a reduced sentence, I had to do the whole sentence, all 5 months of the sentence. Okay? Now, I just spent 3 months waiting to find out that I get to do the whole 5 months. So 5 months turned into 8 months because I spent 3 months waiting.
So,
the whole time that this is happening, I'm sitting here going, you know, they're spending a lot of money on keeping me fed. Okay? 8 months in jail, they're feeding me 3 meals a day. Okay? Putting a roof over my head. Okay? For a couple $1,000s. Right? Like, they're not going to, and they're still not going to get any money out of it. They're losing money out of it. They're not going to get that 8 million won out of me. They're just wasting money to prove a point. Oh, well, the foreigner's a bad dude. Let's fucking get out of him. Sort of thing. And then with an actual dude with money, this Korean guy, 5 million won, and he spends 3 hours in jail? Like, that's just ridiculous. It's his own fucking country. He breaks his own fucking laws, and he gets away with it. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. The justice system in Korea is based a lot on what I call blood money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that it's not so much the crime, but how much money do you have to pay off the crime? It's like legalized bribery, so to speak, is the only way I can describe it. Like, if you got enough money, then you can get out of anything, you know? It's not even so much the expats and Koreans, it's, you know, rich and poor as well.
The thing is with his case, he's promised to pay back the money, and he said, "Give me 2 weeks to pay that money back."
Okay, I did see that at the end of the article. Okay, now I mean the thing is, I could have done that too if they had let me.
So you think that they tried to make an example and punish you?
Yes, I do. I do. I think that because it doesn't make any sense, man. It was only $8,000 worth of fine. You know, they kept me in immigration for 3 months, and then they kept me in an actual jail for another 5 months. Like, the reason that I didn't have a visa, the reason I was leaving a country is because I got a divorce, and they revoked my F5 visa. As a result of that, I tried to get extended. I said, hey, I just got a divorce. I need some more time. I've got to sell my apartment. I got to sell all my stuff. I got to, you know, tie up my loose ends while I'm in the country. I can't, like, my wife fucked off. She went to New York. Okay, she left me in Seoul. She was Korean. She spoke Korean. She rented the apartment. She fucked off to New York with her boyfriend. Okay, leaving me in Seoul with everything. Okay, I don't speak Korean. I was arrested during that time without a visa. And, like, go.
So how does it make you feel about Choo Shin Soo's father? How does it make you feel, the differential treatment?
I feel that it's ridiculous. I'm flabbergasted. I'm shocked. I mean, here's a guy who owes way fucking more money, and even, like, he's going to come up with 500 million won in 2 weeks. I understand, okay, he's been released on his own reconnaissance in order to give, before he has a trial. He hasn't even been charged. He hasn't even got a trial date, right? I had a trial date. I knew that 3 months after this time, I was going to find out if I had to pay that money back or how much I would have to pay back, right? It wasn't a matter of, oh, I'll see if I have the money or not 2 weeks later. It's like, you're going to get back this money or else, okay? Now, if that is the case with him, pay back the money or else, is he going to come up with 500 million won in 2 weeks? But if he doesn't, is he going to spend the entire time in jail for the money that he hasn't paid back?
Good question.
You know, I mean, let's say he only comes up with 200,000. Is he going to spend the next 14 years in jail to pay the other? I've lost all faith in all judicial systems everywhere. Dude, I'm a total anarchist. I have no faith in the police at all, in any country.
Is that a result of what's happened in Korea?
It's a result of what's happened in Korea. It's a result of the brutality in North America. It's a result of the corruption in Thailand and Cambodia. Hell yeah, man. I have no faith in authority at all.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. In any country. You're more than welcome to state that I'm told, because of this, as a result of this, I'm an anarchist.